The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
So hello, welcome back everyone. We have an Arsenal fan here who is very excited after winning the so-called Community Shield. Whoever wins it counts it. Whoever doesn't win says it's a friendly. So first I'll start with John. John, what do you think of the Community Shield? Do you think Arsenal will win the league this year?
Definitely no. We won't win the league, but we'll give it a good fight this year compared to last year.
I have seen in many pages, that Arsenal are going to win the league.
No. I don't believe they'll win the league.
I don't know what. But you don't know. You know what I've seen? Okay. That Arteta is the new region. How you call it in Football Manager? Region, Mourinho region.
Okay.
But what do you think, Arsenal? Do you think they can realistically, after maybe signing 1-2 players now, they can win the league?
No, not yet. It's too early. Same goes for Chelsea. It's too early for anybody to say Chelsea or Arsenal or Man U. Definitely Man U are not going to win the league this season. Okay, it would be a miracle. If they win, it would be like that unexpected season, like how Conte just came in and won the league unexpectedly. It has to be a huge 1 out of a million kind of possibility that Arsenal, Chelsea or Man U end up winning the league.
Okay, first we'll start with the thing. Okay, I'll just take what do you call? We'll just have a prediction. Okay, Bittu, who will be your top 6 this season?
Okay, top 6.
Yeah.
Okay, for me again, first place again, tough to say. Again, between Man City, Liverpool, of course. Okay, and then third, fourth. Actually,
no, just do the first 2. Then we'll do it, John also. John, who is your first 2?
Same. I agree with Bittu on the top 2.
Okay, even I do. Now we'll start again with Bittu, like your top rest, whatever order of the so-called teams.
Okay, third, fourth, I expect Chelsea, Arsenal to compete for third and fourth. Okay, unexpected entry can be. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know whom Leicester are gonna get now. They have not added anyone really significant yet. I'll expect Leicester to give a fight. And Man U, as usual, I expect them competing for the 5th position. Okay, so that's my very realistic prediction. I'm not just saying to put it down. That's what I expect from the Man U team.
John, what do you think?
Third, I think Chelsea might finish third this season. Fourth, I hope Arsenal comes fourth. But let's see. 5th, I think this year Tottenham will pip United for 5th spot, and 6th maybe United.
Yes.
So personally for me, I think Tottenham will come out 3rd, okay, or even they might come out 2nd. No, I'll explain you why. See, because they got a very good player, and in Doherty, I think they bought for 15 million. Their buys have been very good. They have been under the radar. But they have been very good, and everyone says Mourinho is outdated, but this is the kind of team and the structure that pulls him up. Like even after he left Chelsea the first time, they said he's done. Like he came to Chelsea, won, he could not win the league, Champions League, and they thought he's useless. He did by fluke with Porto. He went to Inter Milan, he did it. You have that thing. I think he can,
bro.
It will be very dirty game, okay? Like it will be like one of those Catenaccio, how Inter Milan, like Herrera and all, they used to play in 1960s and all. Like they'll have. I am reading this book, okay? The Inverted Pyramid. They're very shameless here. That long back, very shameless, very shameless.
Yeah. That book I know.
Very shameless. This Mourinho is nothing. Mourinho has copied the style from them. They used to call it Bolt. The latch bolt, because they used to have defenders and one guy used to be at the back. So he used to be the bolt, he used to clear everything.
Okay.
Very shameless. They used to score, 38 game season, they used to score 35 goals and win the league.
Yeah, okay.
Concede 10. when I was reading that, I'm like, what? Okay, I'll just give my
But
top.
Tottenham,
I think Liverpool will
Tottenham
win the
don't
league.
have a good defense. They have sold Vertonghen. Who will they replace Vertonghen with?
No, but they have
Yes.
they have 2-3 young defenders who are off the radar, but they are quite good. I do not remember the names, but few defenders they got, and I think I'll say you if I get like I think something with Tengai or someone, not Ndombele, someone else. He's there, and their goalkeeper is also like kind of sorted. They got Joe Hart, who is not extremely good, but he can do the job at least. Like he's the best second like, keeper I think among all the teams. Like in top
Yeah.
6-7, Joe Hart is the best second keeper. Like he
Yeah,
and I think he and Karius. Now John will say Martinez, okay, but Martinez few games if you jump here and there he don't become good. Okay.
My objection is the Tottenham team is not even their defense; it's their attack. Harry Kane is very prone to injuries.
But
That is
they might
when he's their
get
prime.
Diego Costa, no? The talks are very high.
Yeah, now see if Diego Costa comes, then yeah, the equation changes. As of now, the situation looks like this. Now Tottenham has not made any buys or something as proper. They have not got full in. They have got Doherty. Okay, so now if they get Diego Costa, that changes the equation a lot. Okay, then the team looks a little more sound because I feel problem is not their defense, it's the attack.
No, but the
Even though they
attack
have
is
good
very
attack.
much suited to I think Mourinho. You know, like the counter attack. You have Bergwijn that who came I think in January. Then you have Son and Dele Alli. Like I know like they aren't very good to win the league, but probably like top 4 he'll sneak in. Mourinho, I think he was the most successful manager since he took over. Like at Tottenham, in terms of points. I think so. He has the most success. So that I think I don't know. I think Lampard will get sacked. I don't know why. I think he'll get sacked. I think no. I think they bought too much players.
Possible. See, I told you before also, I am not a over optimistic Chelsea fan. I'm very realistic. Okay, firstly, I am some people are very happy with Lampard's performance. Like you can ask, majority of the Chelsea fans are very happy with Lampard's performance last season. They're like, he was a rookie coach. He came in, took a team and he finished 4th somehow and everything. For me, I don't judge him in that. He might have done a decent job. He might have not. Okay. I did not pay much heed because yes, he just become a manager. Okay. But this season, how he'll perform, I'm going to judge him major on that. If he can't deliver with this team, then yes, I would say he deserves to kind of get sacked. If he's finishing top 4, then yes, he did the bare minimum that was asked of him. But then yes, they have bought way too many players. With this team, you have to perform. You don't have an option. You can't fail.
Not about performing. You win. At least what I think. The ideology is people will say this, that, and all Lampard. This they will try to suppress it and say top 4 is our aim, but they are going for maybe treble. Like the buys they have done. It's even City did not buy like City don't buy like this. Like they buy maybe 2 players, very big players in one summer. Like they do it over 3-4 windows. Like maybe because they got the ban, and this proves right. Like Lampard does not give chance to youth. It was his bad luck that he had a transfer ban. So I think the ideology that Frank Lampard is giving youth chance, it does not phase out well because I don't think if you would give youth chance, I really thought Chelsea did not have to buy. Like they need to buy 1-2 places, but I think they bought a lot of surplus. But again, they sold many like Willian and Pedro, but they were not main team starters, right? Like they were their experience. And Willian went to Arsenal, where he might become the best player, I don't know, but that's a different thing. But I think Ziyech and this Kai Havertz, I think that's a lot of pressure on Lampard because now suddenly he has to at least not finish in top 4, he has to finish top 4 aggressively.
Yes, exactly. So now the pressure is on him. If the buys were not so many, firstly they already had Pulisic. For me, Pulisic is a very good player. I personally find him a very good player. He can do even better. He can do really well. Okay, unlike Hazard, see, Hazard used to play, had a good gameplay, and he used to try give an assist and maybe take a shot. But Pulisic, he's a little more productive, you could say, when it comes to numbers. Okay, so I was very happy with Pulisic's arrival. We needed to strengthen ourselves in the back. I thought that was a priority. Okay, and that is still the priority. We got Thiago Silva on free and we got Chilwell, but I still don't think the defense is strong enough. We might have very good players in the front who might score 10 goals, but the team is still such that they will score 10 and concede 12. Okay, so that is what I'm worried about.
Okay, I'll just say, I think Chelsea, Tottenham will finish third, fourth now, depending. Ideal case, Chelsea should finish third and Tottenham should finish fourth. I think Arsenal is a false dawn. I really think it's a false dawn. Some people are saying Arteta is the next, he has learned a lot from Guardiola, but his tactics and everything looks like Mourinho. So it's a very, very different.
How do you get to that? How do you get to that?
So
I
did not get to that.
To Mourinho?
You see whichever games he has won. See, if a team manager wants to play maybe attacking and not play sit back, not maintain a low block, he'll not have like 30% possession. Okay, in a competition he has won. Like in a Community Shield, how much possession they had. Like even if Guardiola loses, he never gets less than 50, right? Like you have those benchmark for many managers, like they might lose, and the press also goes against them. No, oh they had 60%, but they could not do anything. So I thought Arteta will be something, mostly with Wenger. Arteta, I thought he would be something like that, but this is also good. Okay, I'll go. I don't know. Yeah, United is also strong only. It's very difficult to say. United is very strong.
For me, personally, United's team on paper, for me, if you would have given the same team to Ferguson, okay, in fact, you can give it to any other manager, he'll do wonders. On paper, the team is very strong. Like, I would love to have that team for Chelsea. They have very good players. There's no doubt about it. Okay. But I don't know if many fans accept it or not. Personally, for me, they are very much underperforming with that team. They might be very happy the way they finished the league. But then they also forget that I don't know how many penalties they had to win, okay, and score to get themselves where they finished. They can't continuously rely on penalties. Okay, it does not happen always. You need to score from open play, and with the quality of players you have, you give it to any other manager at the moment to Premier League, they'll do wonders. Any other. That team is extremely strong personally for me. Okay, very good
manager. I don't know why you guys rate United. Look at the back four. Look at the goalkeeper.
No,
they're all outdated, man.
No, they are good. They have better back. They have better back and keeper as a unit than Arsenal.
Well, not really. No.
Okay, you see me, David De Gea and Dean Henderson, who signed a new contract, or Emiliano Martinez and Leno.
Bernard Leno.
Whom would you take? Like generally, I'm saying.
Well, you don't choose players on the names on the current form, right?
In current form also, De Gea makes maybe 5 mistakes a year, but he saves them maybe 10-12 points. He still saves them. You can't say no. And against Arsenal especially, he saves a lot of points. You know that, John, very well.
He concedes also, man. Like, he makes all those silly mistakes, which, for a person like De Gea, unforgivable.
See, that is the point. See, if they have De Gea, whom everybody considers a world-class keeper, if you think that he's underperforming, to replace him, they have another a standout keeper, Dean Henderson, to replace him. So even to give, they have for the number 1 jersey, they have 2 world-class keepers competing. Okay, and they require some changes. The Man U team, not that it's a perfect team, but on paper they're a very strong team. Okay, I would say yes, they have very good players. In fact, if the same team, if you take out the players and put them in different clubs and see the ratings on FIFA, they'll have a very high rating. Okay, Pogba will have 85 plus. So players have high potential. I just don't think the team is sound enough. Okay, that they can do anything. Next season they'll do the same blunders that they did this season. If the Man U fans are expecting that next season they're going to jump a level higher, for me personally, they're not going to do that. They're going to stick to the same level. Okay, it's not a sound team. That's all. Like on paper only, they're very strong.
Yeah, they're very strong, but I think they're better than Arsenal to finish above Arsenal. Even if it's top four, they'll finish third. Arsenal finish fourth.
No, I don't rate United. Sorry, I don't rate United.
No, but that is
I
a
think you're
personal opinion. That is not a fact or a law. That's a personal opinion you can have. You're entitled. And okay, you say me who's the best defender among Arsenal and United? Who is the best defender available?
David Luiz, right?
David Luiz is a good defender. I'm not saying he's bad. Okay. But don't get so ambitious that you will give him the player of the year next year. Okay.
No. Okay, honestly saying, best defender. You mean centre back or in general?
General.
Wan-Bissaka, I think.
If suppose you have to select a combination of both the teams, who will be the first name in defense from both the teams?
Tierney.
He does not play for Arsenal only. 1-2 games.
Tierney. Tierney plays. He's a regular starter.
Like this season, right?
Yeah.
But last season, too, he was not regular starter, no.
Because of injuries, he was injured a lot last season.
So okay, you said Tierney. To whom do you think they'll put? Like the first name out of the two?
Wan-Bissaka.
John, do you agree or no?
First option, Wan-Bissaka.
Okay, who was the best Arsenal defender yesterday?
Yesterday, actually, as a unit, the whole team played well. I don't point out anyone.
Niles was the best defender. Like whatever position he played. But they're selling him. Like how they sold their FA Cup hero long back.
Yes. The last time we had a podcast, the same conversation, and we were talking about which players Arsenal need to retain, whom they need to sell. I had told that they need to keep Maitland-Niles. I find him a very good player.
As a utility player.
Okay, I will personally put Harry Maguire as the first person.
Wow.
He is not the best, but he'll give you 6-7 out of 10 every week, which is very good in compared to both the team.
No, I don't think you're right there.
Who's a better defender than Maguire in Arsenal? Like, do you have any?
Honestly saying, if I were to choose a centre back between United and Arsenal players, I will go with David Luiz, experience-wise. Don't get me wrong, but I think
you're saying on top of name, right? The same argument for David De Gea that he makes a blunder one week and next week he'll make this save. David Luiz makes more blunders, and I don't know, like.
I'm saying on experience-wise, and I wouldn't Harry Maguire. I don't know. Some teams are luckier than others. I wouldn't like to go to that, but anyway.
Harry Maguire is not a very good defender. I get that. Maybe he's a very average defender, but he's the best defender out of the two clubs. At least what they have right now. Because we have not seen Saliba and other players who have played a lot. They have not played. Yeah. What we have seen is
Maguire. Hello, Swashish.
Consistent. Yeah, we have Syed also here. And first we'll take Iron's. Who do you think will finish in top 4, 5, whatever?
Okay, first I would like to come back to what John was saying. Like, if it's a choice between Maguire and David Luiz, I will support John there. I'll go with David Luiz.
Thank you. Someone's talking sense.
Maybe when you play against Chelsea. See, you should understand the point also, no? No, but then why do you support Luiz? Because he's a more experienced. He's a very good player. I get it, but again, the point I make is you can't rely on him. Arsenal don't rely on him so much. I don't know. What is your thinking?
There was one of those matches where he made that blunder, where he got that red card in the first half, right? Against City. After that match, if you watched his games, he was very good. He played really well all throughout. And in the FA Cup semi-final against City, it was, you can say it was because of him and most of the other players in Arsenal that they qualified. And after that match, basically, he has played really well and shown what kind of a player he was. And
He has played extremely well, like after that whatever that blunder he made. But what I mean is like
to add,
that has to do more with Arteta's tactics also, right?
yeah, true.
Yes.
To add also to that point, sorry.
Like
No,
if you give Arteta Maguire, will he take Maguire over Luis or not? If he has the option, I'm not saying. Like if he has the option.
no, I don't think so.
Okay, what do you
Sorry,
think?
bro.
You need to add like.
I'm saying if you see also tactical wise or during the gameplay, how David Luiz organizes his defense, how he he's composed, he organizes defense and how he controls the game, compared to Maguire. If you see
See,
David Luiz is the type of player who tries to, he goes directly for the long balls, like compared to Maguire. I don't know, man. I don't watch much of United games.
if you make a pros and cons list of David Luiz and Maguire, David Luiz will maybe win on that one because he's a complete player. He's more dynamic than Maguire. Maguire is maybe only aerial balls he can give you. He can defend those, and maybe one-on-ones. We all saw what Bergwijn did during the restart in the first match after the restart against Man U. How he just passed Maguire and went off. But David Luiz, maybe he wouldn't let that happen because he's a more experienced player and he knows where to position himself and when those correct moments.
Of course. That's of course. David Luiz, like his passing skills has always been
And
like.
his long balls are just crisp. Like you can any player. He's like a midfielder. There was a time when Mourinho used to play David Luiz in midfield.
Yeah. No. Even Benitez played, I think, in midfield, and they won the Europa League, right? When you won.
No, only Benitez used him as a CDM.
Yeah. So CDM, he's
No,
a very, very good
in that
player.
6-0, Bitu and the others also, if you all remember that 6-0 defeat, we defeated Arsenal. You all remember where Gibbs got a red card, but Chamberlain was supposed to get the red card.
Yeah.
In
forgot
that match, David Luiz played CDM, and he did really well.
It's a very weird point of debate. Okay, it's a very weird point of debate. Okay, Man U bought Harry Maguire for how much? Roughly 75 million
80.
pounds.
Yeah, 80 million.
80. Okay, so they expected that they are getting a Van Dijk.
Correct.
Okay,
Very
that
good.
is what everybody expected out of him. Now, I can't say he's a good player or bad player because at Leicester he used to play dynamic. He was extremely good at Leicester. So I don't know if he has played one season in Man U, so I don't know what it's gonna be. For me, Man U, the way they play is very underwhelming. Okay, might be that is one of the reasons that brings his game also down because the entire team is playing underwhelming. Okay, they are very happy winning that 1-0, 2-1 games with that one penalty, and they think they are back. So I don't know if they now that is only their mentality. Okay, but I don't know if he has the potential of fulfilling the 75 million tag. But yeah, he's supposed to be way better than this. Okay, he's playing way underwhelming. He's supposed to play way better than this. Okay, both, not only him and Lindelof. Lindelof used to play very good in SLB. Okay, that's why they paid a big amount for him to get him here. And here, both him and Maguire, their mistakes directly lead to goals. It's not that something that they could not do about. Their direct mistakes lead to a lot of goals. Okay, so they're playing. I don't know. If you would give any other manager these two defenders, I think they would do a better job. Okay, it comes down to that for me. For me, I think Man U don't know how to use their players at all. Otherwise, on paper, see Harry Maguire, who at one season back, any Premier League club would have loved to have Harry Maguire in their team. He was playing very well for England. He was playing very well for Leicester. Okay, even though there were jokes and memes about him, that is once aside. Anyone would have loved to have Harry Maguire. It's very, I don't know. I find it very fizzy that he's performing like this in Man U. Okay, it's not expected of. Okay, maybe he's in the wrong team. So and suddenly it's there's many way to support what I'm saying. Any player we used to make fun of Smalling, Ashley Young. Okay, look at them now. Okay, Smalling is last season's Roma's hero. Okay,
Maldini.
And Ashley Young is giving assists in Inter Milan. He gets a lot of game time. He used to not get that much game time for Man U. Okay, so there's something about Manu I find that they kill everyone's potential in a way. Alexis Sanchez also, whatever little bit is left out of his career, somehow they're being able to squeeze out in Inter Milan at least little bit. They didn't even squeeze out even a quarter of that in Manu in the time he was in Manu. So I feel every player underperforms when they're in Manu, and as soon as they leave, wherever they're going, they do better. So Harry Maguire, I would say, if right now Tottenham get him, for example, they'll give a very solid fight. Like if Mourinho Mourinho gets a defender like Harry Maguire, then gone. Like if Mourinho comes to his classic tactics, no one will be able to put a ball through him. Okay, so that is it's a very
Bittu, I'd like to agree with you there, but with Manu, the system they play with all those attacking players, they don't have anyone to protect the defense. Like in England, they have they were using Dyer as protecting the back two, and then when he was in Leicester, there was NDD, and they used to play someone else also, trying to protect the defense there. But in Manu, there's Pogba, and these people they go up, and Pogba this past season he has been losing many balls. So Maguire, there's no one to protect him there.
Okay, see, there's a way how you use players. For example, Pogba was at Manu when they won the World Cup, right? When France won the World Cup. You saw how well Pogba played in the World Cup. Okay. You can see the way, it contradicts how he plays for his national team and how he plays for Manu. You can also see his Juventus clips and see how crazy good he is to play in the midfield. There was a reason why they paid $100 million for him. Okay. So there is something about Manu, I feel, that, cuts off everyone's potential. That's all. Tell me, if Pogba plays in any other Premier League team, they'll kill it. Okay, if if Liverpool had to get Bruno Fernandes, he would not be only scoring penalties; he would be doing a lot more. Okay, and it's a very unsound team. Okay, they have very good players. If you have two midfielders like Pogba and Fernandes, and Matic to cover them up behind, Matic is he's a brilliant player. People call him Spider. When he was in Chelsea, people would have a very tough time around him. Okay, he still has that. Okay, he's not too old. It is the Manu team. Okay, or I don't know, the manager. It's his third season. He's completed his third season. Okay, now looking at, if I suddenly tell a Manu fan that Ole completed his third season in Manu, and that is how they finished. Okay, that is not what you expect. In 3 seasons, you perform way better. Okay, when Klopp joined Manu, I remember at that time, Lala had told me that yes, they will not win immediately. That time, they had Borini and all that players in the squad. And now look at the squad. Okay, but it not take, you expect, you give a certain time frame. Now Ole is approaching his time frame. This is his season. In this season, if he's not performing, okay, he deserves to be sacked. Okay, people should not bring out the word patience and everything. He's got everything that he needs. Okay, a brilliant team. If he can't perform with this team, he needs to be sacked. Simple as that.
I'll just share one screen.
Correct. Okay? I would agree with Bittu there.
I'll just share one screen. Okay, just 1 second. I don't know if it's there. Okay, it's not there. I'll stop sharing it. So basically what I want to show is with John, I have some very, very good, yeah. So you see this. So I just found this stat, okay, and to contradict, I feel like contradicting, I don't know why. So apparently David Luiz is the more advanced player who takes the ball out and plays out from the back. But if you see the overall stat, I think Harry Maguire has done a better job. Whatever you say, okay, I don't know whether you can see. In terms of, in Premier League, Luiz has played 28-11 minutes and Harry Maguire played 34-50, which is marginally maybe 4-5 games more, and David Luiz has 0.1 key passes per game, and Harry Maguire has 0.4 key passes per game, which is a lot more, I think. Compared 0.4 per game is a lot more, and even okay, whatever, that is secondary, but we'll leave that topic for now, I think. So I think I think both of them are bad. I think Van Dijk is better. Okay, now we'll leave that. And what do you think? Who will win the league now? What is your idea? Anyone can start.
It will be between these City.
You have to give a name. If you had to give a name.
Okay. Before that, I have a question for all three of you. Okay, how, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, how much is the chance that Messi will end up in Man City, according to each of you guys?
9.
Okay, John?
I don't believe Messi will leave Barca. I still cannot believe. I will give it a 1.
And Lala?
I don't know. It's difficult to say. Like you can't predict. No, like it's very difficult because this scenario has not happened before. Like
Yes.
it has not happened.
No, if you asked me this question yesterday, I would have said maybe a 4 or a 5. But today's verdict, La Liga has said that a club has to pay 700 million for Messi to go out. They have supported Barca's management with that. And then Messi didn't show up for the practice. He told, I won't be coming up for the practice and the coronavirus test. So,
no, but
who will be insane enough to pay 700 million, man?
Have you seen the trolls where they carry the Arsenal person and put him outside the gate? That is epic, no? If I get that, I'll put it in. How they carry them and go out. And the most
only PSG and Man City can buy him.
8 million plus Bundesliga. 8.1 million, 8 point, so whatever.
Plus Bundesliga.
By the way, where is Guendouzi? I did not see him.
He's going to get sold. Disciplinary.
He's gonna get sold, yeah.
He is a good player. He's a good player.
Disciplinary issues. He had problem with Arteta last year only.
Yeah, since last year.
So I think, see, that La Liga and all, whatever they are doing is bullshit. Okay, they're just trying to hold on to Messi. They cannot interfere. They can stop the deal if they find anything fraud, but unless they can't stop it, okay. It's between Barcelona and whoever is the second party. And main problem will happen when, if the sponsors come in, sponsors can facilitate that. Like Nike can do that because I think they sponsor City also. So it's not a big deal for them. They can pay up. And
Puma sponsors City.
Okay, Puma sponsors. Then I think whoever sponsors, like Nike sponsored, they can help because Puma. I don't know whether they'll be able to sponsor.
Puma can also help. Any sponsor can help.
I mean, like, I don't know whether they'll help or not because they are signing Neymar, right? There are talks of them signing Neymar because Neymar's deal with Nike got over, so Puma want him to come over. So that will be a very big amount already. They'll be investing, and he'll sell more sales in terms of T-shirt in over the next 10 years than Messi. Like in terms of T-shirt in the next 10 years, if you see, Neymar will sell more. So I don't think so they'll do that, and it's difficult because I think Barcelona, I don't know, it's very difficult. Messi is 33, and if what rumors are, they are saying that they're offering Silva plus Gabriel Jesus plus Eric Garcia plus 100 million for Messi. I have heard that.
I feel, see, there's only two ways it pans out. Either Messi changes his mind and he stays there.
No, but Messi will do that. He has track record also, no, of retiring early and coming back.
He has a track record of taking a U-turn. Okay,
that is not a problem.
The other way, if this time he's adamant that he'll leave, I don't think any club will have to trigger that 700 million clause. Yeah, firstly, it is not that, how a lot of people are talking. Okay, I have seen a lot of friends and all actually the posting that some club might have to pay 700 million to get him. They don't necessarily have to pay 700 million. If they are paying 700 million, then Barca can't stop the transfer. That is that's what release clause people
release clause means.
Even they go tomorrow.
Yeah, so even if someone pays 10 million tomorrow, and Messi says Barca that you have to let me go, please let me go, and Barca board, out of respect for him, if they let him go, that is totally up to Barca. Now, if there is a risk, if Barca is denying him that, we won't let you go, and angering him, there is a chance the Barca board will anger the Barca fans also in that process. Okay, they have already done enough to anger the Barca fans. Okay, doing this, it's like disrespecting the greatest ever player. Okay, that yes, he wants to go because of the fault of the board. Now, when he's wanting to go, you're making his life tough. Okay, so the fans also will get behind Messi in this scenario. So this is one of the scenarios where the player has become as big as the club. Okay, now it's a very tricky situation. So Barca is in a big problem now. I don't know how they're going to play it out.
It's not even that. It's like even if Messi, it's just that the idea is that the board, whoever are involved, they do not want to be the people involved in making Messi leave the club. If Messi stays back, the board will have to step down.
Yes.
It is one thing, okay, but then and even Ronald Koeman might get sacked before he even starts. Because if the board changes, then they might get another person. So that is different thing.
Yeah.
See, initially the whole saga was being perceived as Messi's attempt to get the board to resign. Okay, but now that he has become so adamant, not coming for the training and the tests, and then the board is also saying that we may resign. Okay, then stay back, and then La Liga is also supporting the board. So let's see how it all pans out.
No, La Liga support even if it's 700 million. If someone pays, they'll try to say delay it by 2-3 days. Like they'll try to make it go down because that's what like they don't want their star player to go. And I think
La Liga just had two things: Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo left. Messi is gonna leave. Who is gonna watch it now? God knows.
John, Adidas sponsors Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Messi has his endorsement with Adidas only, right?
I don't want Messi in Arsenal. I don't want Messi in my team. I don't want Messi in my team.
Why?
They have made lines.
We have our own players. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Bukayo Saka.
Imagine, okay, tomorrow you have a phone call with Arteta. Okay, it is a 2-minute phone call, and in that 2 minutes, you have to tell him a player's name whom Arsenal should definitely sign and explain him the reason why they should sign him. Who would be that player?
Tough question, man. I don't know. Tough question. I don't know.
Looking at the season ahead, okay, they need one player in any position that they definitely need to sign, and you have to explain him why.
I mean, that's tough to answer.
After 3 years.
You'll get hamstring, man. Again, playing a final again.
Okay, so John.
Okay, John, you said which position do Arsenal lack right now? Like, whom should they sign?
Currently, I'll say right back. Center midfield or right back?
I think except Aubameyang, everyone is replaceable from Arsenal. No, really. Aubameyang is the only true big star at Arsenal. And they are winning games because of him. If they finish top 4, it will be because of him. Not even Arteta.
Well,
because of Aubameyang.
You will say replaceable or world-class player? That's two things now.
Except world-class players, you can replace everyone, right? Like, except Messi, you can replace the full squad at Barcelona. You can replace everyone. No one is like irreplaceable.
Well, no.
Like you can take in maybe in Chelsea's condition, I feel for me, I think Kante is that person whom you cannot replace in the team. Like at least from an outsider, I feel he's the best. He's the biggest star in that team as of now. Maybe in future it might change.
I think, well, Chelsea's case, I think someone like Kovacic is better than Kante currently.
No, but then how you use, right? See, that is the reason that Arsenal people were put outside.
Well, I wouldn't say the whole team is replaceable. There are players who are also very important in the team. You can say someone like Granit Xhaka. You might not agree. He's a very crucial player for the team.
Yes, definitely.
No, but then I'm saying crucial means someone else can come and take his job and do it better, right? Similar job. There are players in the market who can do that job better. Like you mentioned, Kovacic, you know, he can, I think, do what Xhaka does, maybe. So, I mean, like, what I meant was, like, Xhaka is a very good player, but he's a system player, and if you change the system, you can be better player. Like, what I mean is, Kante, like you said, Kovacic is better, but you could not say the same thing when Kante was under Conte, right? They would slap you, and they would
Kante, see, Subhashi, I'd like to say Kante and Kovacic are two very different players.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I don't know why he said that also. Maybe, like, he has some perception. Maybe Kovacic is that Arsenal type of player under Wenger.
Kovacic is an attack-minded player. Kante is a defense-minded player.
Well, I was saying basically is if you had to choose two midfield players for Chelsea, I will go for Kovacic and Jorginho.
That's why Arsenal are not coming out top 4.
Yeah, man, you can say anything you want.
No, but I think in an ideal world, Kante is irreplaceable in any team he goes.
Ideal world, but the system also depends now. Now
No, but-
Chelsea are using a different system.
But I don't know, yeah, what you're saying, John. You need to reconsider, I think, once.
Chelsea are not using they're not using that system. You know, Jorginho is there. Now when they used to play Jorginho and Kante, I don't think they were that great. Like how he was utilized under what's that guy? Sarri.
Okay, Ian, what do you think? Like, what do you think? Like, he knows better, no, more than us because he follows Chelsea more.
What is the question again?
Like, what do you think? Like, if you had to choose two midfielders, according to John, I think John, you can correct me if I'm wrong in interpretation of your questions. If you had to choose two midfielders from Chelsea under whom, John? Right now or Sarri?
Between like when Sarri was there, he used to choose Kante and Jorginho, and they were not that great.
So
Now
if you had to choose,
when,
if you had to choose your best two midfielders right now, who would you choose? I think that's the question, right?
Yes.
From Chelsea,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be Kante and Kovacic.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, I'll ask Bittu.
I will,
Bittu, if you had to choose two midfielders, you might get your supporter there. If you had to choose two
Bittu is more
midfielders from
realistic.
Chelsea, whom would you choose? Best midfielders in your team?
In the present scenario, actually depends. It's all three. Okay, actually, Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, all three are very different. So it's very weird. So in a
You
different
choose
from
two.
game to
You have
game.
to choose two.
Yeah, so depends from game to game. I'll have to pick. It's like that.
No, like, okay, I'll say you the best midfielder, in my opinion, will be the person who will be the most hardest to replace, right, in a team, if he is sold. Or best
See,
player.
in Chelsea, you can't replace Kante. Okay, Kante, like, if tomorrow we sell him, okay, you sold him, fine. Whom are you going to replace him with? There's no player who runs like him. There's no player who can cover ground like him. There's no player who tackles like him. Okay, so it's very tough to replace him. You can sell him. There'll be hundreds of clubs who will buy him.
In the past couple of years, he has been scoring also important goals.
Yeah, that's true. See, I don't disagree. Kante is the best midfield player, but I'm talking current.
See, Jorginho, according to me, he is not a player who can play in the Premier League at all. Okay, players just blow past him. He's like a feather. He's like a feather in the Premier League. We all saw what Son did to him in that Tottenham versus Chelsea game.
That's a while ago, but
No, but
so if you wanna maybe control the game against a weak team, Jorginho, yeah.
No, John, that doesn't mean he's a bad player. It's just that he doesn't suit. Like, there are many players who will not suit maybe to Premier League, they'll suit to other leagues, and vice versa. And mostly you'll see with Arsenal players only, whom they buy. Like Carlos Vela, he went and performed well in other leagues.
Yeah.
Even like what Arsenal tried to play, some other teams, like when they leave Arsenal, they were more successful in other teams because maybe Arsenal's philosophy does not match up so much like to what they want.
You don't have to go off there.
The most shocking I find, actually,
John is saying, don't go there.
Okay, this is for John. Okay, John, the most shocking player, okay, who is doing well, who has left Arsenal, I find is Szczesny. He is the number one choice keeper at Juventus. Like, this is like too much of a promotion for a player who was kind of discarded. At one point, maybe Arsenal did not want him because they might have better goalkeeper options. And out of nowhere, today he is Juventus' first team keeper. Like, I find that really very shocking. I don't know how he managed that. I don't know how John feels about it when he sees that.
He hasn't made that many mistakes. He's a good keeper. I wouldn't say he's better than average. It's good. Plus, also he has a very good back four. So can't really blame him.
So that's what I don't know if he's a very good keeper or not. But he's made himself the number one keeper in Juventus, which is one of the top teams in Europe. Okay, so that is like big promotion for any player. Like it is a very big deal.
One more player that was very surprising for me who didn't survive in the Premier League because of the teams. I'm not doubting his capabilities at all. Was Henrik Mkhitaryan.
No, but I feel that was more due to the condition of what was happening around the two clubs he went. See, both of them are used to be good clubs. Now they are not. Especially Arsenal, they are very down. They do not know where they are right now. And John might feel bad if you do not come up this season. No, it will be very difficult. Aubameyang and all, everyone will leave. It's a very sad affair. Last year, where did you finish? 10th.
Eighth place.
Sorry, 8th. And you qualified for the FA Cup. I mean, like Arsenal, like the way you, as a fan base, portray yourself, you all should not be coming out 8th, right? 8th was when Liverpool used to sack managers after managers. They changed owners.
Listen, last season we were like, it was a big turmoil. Okay, it was huge restructuring happened. We had 3 managers last season. Don't forget that. And where one manager left us. Yeah, Unai Emery, then Freddie Ljungberg and Arteta, 3 managers.
Yes, caretaker manager.
Yeah, you can call him a manager.
Just to put it out there, when Chelsea was having a big restructuring and they had 3 managers in a season, we won the UCL.
Yeah, well, you guys could buy 50-60 million players again.
Okay,
that doesn't...
but then Arsenal also bought. You don't make that excuse. Arsenal have bought a lot of players, okay, in the recent past. Okay, like, fine, we'll not gang up against John, but I just wanted to ask, like, we'll just finish the top 4, okay? Like, seriously, like, now you have to say like positions, like, who will finish first? Like, genuinely.
Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City.
So Chelsea will win the league.
What?
Man City.
See, as a Chelsea fan, for me, it'll obviously be Chelsea. Like I won't be using any reasoning there.
Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, or Man United.
Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City.
After the FA Cup, you think they'll finish first, huh?
If you want me to start with the FA Cup, seriously, John.
Okay, John, you say me your top 4.
I have to. Wow, between City and Liverpool, I cannot choose. It's very tough.
Just say
very
one who you think will win, no?
Okay, fine. Currently, I will go for Liverpool as first. Second, then I will go maybe for City. Third, I think Chelsea might finish third.
Okay.
Fourth, I will go for Arsenal fourth. Fifth is Tottenham and sixth United.
Can you say again once? First is Liverpool.
First is Liverpool. Second City.
Third Chelsea.
Third is Chelsea. Fourth is Arsenal. Fifth Tottenham and sixth United.
Between yours?
Okay. First, second, again, same thing. Man City or Liverpool.
No, but whom do you think has more opportunity? Because you can see the transfers and you have that one thing, okay, City bought good players.
Okay, fine. If it is only with the current situation as of today, not with the player that some transfers might happen in the future. As of today, it is Man City first, Liverpool second, Chelsea third, Arsenal fourth, and fifth, it will be between mostly Tottenham, or if not Tottenham, Man U or Liverpool, Man U or Leicester.
Okay.
You're forgetting Wolves.
No, you say me your 4th, 5th, 6th. You didn't say me your 4th, 5th, 6th.
Oh, so my 4th will be Manchester United. 5th will be Tottenham or Wolves. Okay, and so like the other way.
Yeah. Okay.
Wolves or Tottenham, 6th or 7th.
Fine. So if
really
I have,
Arsenal,
I'll self-ask myself. Okay, so if I had to do, I think Liverpool will win the league. Okay, even if they don't buy anyone. No, I can give you a very good analysis why they'll win, and they might win this year and next year they might win, but then they will not win for 2-3 years or 4-5 years, whatever you say. But it's just that one round where like I'll just say I'll maybe justify later. I think Liverpool will win. I think City will come out second, even if they buy Messi.
Wow.
because then they'll have to sell some people. No, if they buy Messi, 700 million from where they'll get? They just now went what do you call this financial fair play, and they'll buy, if they buy Messi, they have to sell players, and I don't know who can generate so much cash. Like, they have bought so much players. Now, if you want to sell, Gundogan will not cost how much it came for, right? He'll be go for a depreciation only. You can see the team, everyone will go for a lesser value. They're not going to go for more value.
They can sell the best player Gordilio has ever coached, Phil Foden.
But then how much will he take? Like, who will buy him? Like, if they price him at 60 million, no one will buy him. No one. Because there are more good players at maybe at lesser value who will do similar job. So I think City will finish second. Chelsea will finish third. Okay, I actually am very scared of Chelsea because the pressure will be so much that Lampard might get sacked also, because they would expect Chelsea to be not just coming out third. It should be like they should be in the race till the end. Whoever wins, Chelsea should be in the race. Because the amount of players they bought, and if they buy, who's the other? If they buy Kai Havertz, then they'll expect them to win only. Like, they might not say it publicly, but everyone knows that with this transfer, they are supposed to win the treble, at least the domestic, everything. Yeah, because you see me, and like, you already had a good squad. It was not like a Arsenal squad that Arteta got.
That squad wasn't, it was a good squad. I agree, it was a good squad. But it wasn't meant to compete on those high levels, those Champions League semi-finals and those Champions League quarterfinals.
It was a top 4 squad.
Lampard made it a top 4 squad. If you see the top 4 squads, Liverpool, Man City.
Is it a top 5 squad, top 6?
Yeah, top 6, yes.
Okay. Now to top 6, you have bought a full spine.
Correct. They should be in top 2. I'm saying they should be in top 2 next season.
And you see, like, one more thing, like, among the top 5 or top 6 players who have the most goal contribution in under 21, I think Chelsea have 3 of them, and who are in very high level, and they are getting, they're not getting youth or young talents. They're getting ready-made players who have played in high leagues, like maybe Champions League final, semi-final. So it's not like they're getting players for the future. It is very, like, Lampard he has to win one thing next year minimum.
Lampard is here to stay. He'll win at least 2 trophies next season.
See, now, I would say that is possible if he would not spend this much cash. But then they would say that, okay, he has gone for the youth. Now we know Lampard does not care about the youth. Like, he cares. He did not get. He was more of the restricted last year, so he could not buy because the amount of
players like.
No, he's still going. I'll tell you, he's still going for the youth, but he'll give them chance. These players, they played a whole season, and we saw what happened. Chelsea came out 4th with 66 points. Now that he has got these ready-made players, these strikers, Werner, and then Thiago Silva, and then Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz will be, playing as a rotation with many of his young players like Mount or someone.
No, but then
tell me what happened to the likes of maybe Tomori, Mason Mount, Gilmore, Tammy Abraham.
Mason Mount will be there. Gilmore maybe loaned out, may not be, and Tomori for sure will be going out for a loan, I think.
What about Tammy Abraham?
I think Chelsea will come out 3rd if Lampard stays the full season. Tottenham will come out 4th. Tottenham will finish comfortably. I think Mourinho will do it. Arsenal will come out 5th. John, don't feel bad, but they are in a cycle, and I don't think so they're ready yet, even if they buy Messi, which will not happen. And United will finish 6th. I think Ole will be difficult this season. Because it looks like it looks like the Mourinho season when he wanted to buy Maguire, Perisic, and they were not getting.
Yeah.
They were linked full summer. It's just happening the same thing again. And this is a more lower grade manager compared to Mourinho. Okay, like let's talk about like what Chelsea are. Okay, because we have 2 Chelsea people on the panel, and like Ian has them finishing top of the pile and winning the league.
That is without any reasoning. Because I'm a Chelsea fan. I think they'll win.
With the transfers they have done, that should be the aspiration, I feel.
Now, so Ashish, these transfers need some time to settle down also, right?
No, but I get that part. But these are like seasoned pros, no?
Well,
Like you are not buying like someone like what I don't know, like Minamino or someone who came from a lower league and maybe took like 6 months, 7 months, or maybe like what like basically you need to have them.
When Chelsea got Diego Costa and Fabregas in that season, we won the league in the second season of them coming. They needed at least a season to settle down and everything.
No, you won second season or first season?
Bittu will correct me here.
I think you won
Contest
first and
first
third
season.
season.
Contest first season.
First season.
Arey,
First
no.
season.
When Fabregas and Diego Costa came in,
Yeah, Mourinho won it in the first season.
Mourinho won it in the second season.
Second season. First season he came third.
No, Costa
The
came in
first
second
season.
season then.
Yeah. So
First season
Mourinho
we came.
No, I guess
Mourinho came back.
I remember
Came
when I
third.
said Mourinho came third that season, but he was in the title race till Sunderland defeated them.
Yeah. So Chelsea were
Yeah.
in case. In fact, Chelsea were leading. So
Hmm.
that season till today, everybody talks as Liverpool's failure, but a lot of people don't realize it was a bigger Chelsea failure.
Chelsea
Then it was
I
failure.
think Borini scored the penalty at I
Mourinho
think.
scored the goal. Mourinho lost at Stamford Bridge after 89 games or something.
So I mean that was the season, and Costa and Fabregas came next year,
So next season, Chelsea bought Costa, Fabregas,
and they won
and
the
if you
league.
remember and the first game only Fabregas gave that beautiful assist. That season we won.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong then.
No, then the next season they did not win, and then after that again they won, or something like that.
Yeah,
It was
under
like-
Conte. Hmm.
So okay, so like, what do you think? Like, I don't know. Yeah, do you think Lampard is good manager?
I think he's a good manager.
John,
I think is well, wouldn't call him a good manager. He's a motivational
I
manager.
forgot to mention one person.
Inspiring
Okay,
manager.
okay. We'll leave this part because we discussed a lot and everyone can discuss this. What about Everton?
Everton are doing some good signings this season. Yes,
They are going to buy Allen. I heard.
they bought Allen. They bought
They
Allen.
bought him. Okay,
They bought
and
already.
Rodriguez and the other midfielder. One more guy from I think Napoli itself.
Alan, no.
They are getting 3 midfielders. Oh, former
Lukure.
Arsenal player. What's his name? Aaron Ramsey.
Ramsey. I
He
don't
was a
think
star
he'll
when he left
join,
your team. Don't make that face, John.
Well, but he won't leave Juventus now.
No, he is not leaving. They're kicking him out. There's a difference. He didn't want to leave. So,
Hello?
what do you think?
Sorry.
Like, do you think that Everton can qualify for maybe top 4 or something?
I wouldn't still consider Everton a good team. I would maybe give chance to Leicester and Wolves rather than Everton.
What about Leeds?
There'll be a top 10 team.
No, they have bought very good. Okay, they bought Rodrigo. They bought Rodrigo De Paul, the midfielder
Top
from
10 team.
Udinese. So and in terms of pure tactical, the capability, I think there is. I think Bielsa is the best in England right now. He's better than
Yeah.
Mourinho. I mean, like, what's his name? Guardiola. Like
Guardiola.
even like
Yeah.
in terms.
Tactically wise, I think Besla he'll do great in the Premier League. But I think he'll be after his first season in Premier League, he'll get poached. Some other good team will go for him after this season if they do well.
What
but
do you think?
realistically, top 10 will be good for them.
How much are the chances that Arsenal might go after Bielsa?
No.
After?
Not our type of.
I'll tell you one thing, but many of you might not agree. If Bielsa finishes strong this season, and what's his name, Lampard does not do well, next year Chelsea might hire him.
I'd be very happy.
No, that's a way. You can literally see it. Like that is again a lot of ifs that Lampard does not do well. He gets sacked. All these big things.
See, for me, the next person I want to see in the Chelsea dugout is Diego Simeone. I wanted him there for a very long time, but it didn't happen.
Again, he can leave, but I don't know.
See, for him, it'll be again like Klopp left Dortmund. Klopp did whatever he could for Dortmund and he left. And now
No,
Simeone is also at that stage.
not Simeone.
No. Simeone is
I personally like him.
no, but Simeone will get
You know-
sacked in 1 year. After 1 year, he'll get sacked.
Leave
he's
everything apart. Are you willing to pay $46 million to a manager for a year?
No, but he's very volatile. He will lose his ship and he'll get a lot of bans. I know he fits the mold of what maybe Chelsea have been hiring in the past, but it's like Mourinho, but it's I don't know. It's more aggressive. He may be very good, but see that's the thing, right? You only tolerate those managers till they win. Once you lose,
See, the energy which Simeone will bring in is the kind of energy Chelsea needs right now.
no. But then you had Conte, right? Who got sacked in the second season. Conte and on a personal note, I would rate Conte at a higher level than Simeone. Although Simeone has done more with a smaller team, but in terms of pure tactics, I think Conte is a little bit more better, and he has the knack of winning. Like wherever he goes, he does it well. Simeone, I don't know. I don't know whether Arsenal. I think they're only Arsenal. So what else can we talk about like before we end up for next season? What do you think? Like, what will be the surprise?
Okay, fine. Everybody fast without thinking. Okay, much as of today, who will win next year's Champions League?
Who's starting?
It's a tough one. Not Barca or Real Madrid.
John, don't say Arsenal. John, Arsenal are not playing.
Bayern Munich, I said. 2023, we're winning.
What do you say? Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
And
Arteta told 2023 will win the Champions League. You didn't hear that?
you're laughing also.
No, he when he was buying Willian, he told, "I want to win the Champions League in 2023, so I'm buying you."
It will be at Wembley, no, that's why.
In 2023, Willian will be 35 years old.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
and who
alright.
do you think will win like the Champions League?
Champions League, according to me, see again the Chelsea fan in me will say Chelsea fan, but let me be very rational here. I'd go with maybe a Premier League team, Liverpool or Man City.
Cannot win the Champions League with paper.
Wait, John, you're not involved. Be quiet there. From that time, something he's saying from that time. He's saying something. Arsenal will win. Arsenal will win.
So yeah, I'll go with the Premier League team, Liverpool or City.
Between
City's Champions League is long overdue, so
Yeah.
maybe them.
I think Juventus will win.
Juventus, yeah.
Same. I was going to say the same. For me, Juventus are the favorites.
And I won't be shocked if Messi goes to Juventus also.
I would love that to happen. Any
Even
football fan
I'll
would
love
love that to happen.
I'll just love to see Messi and Ronaldo play together for once.
Sure. One season only enough.
Okay, before we wrap up, like final, like where do you think Messi will realistically go? Like where do you think he will realistically go, and where should he go according to you?
See, realistically, only two clubs can buy him. That is PSG and City.
Okay.
So I don't think PSG will give in to that money because they already did that with Neymar and Mbappe. So City is like a more viable option for him.
John?
And there is Guardiola there, so
Well,
He's
there are
33,
chances
so
of him going.
He's 33, so after next club he'll go. After that he can go to Arsenal, not now. So
Yeah, sure.
no, he has to go to
I think
Chelsea
that-
first and then Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. That will be better. See, I think, rumor-wise, I think he'll be going to City, but, I don't see him leaving Barcelona. Not this season at least.
I have a deadly joke with John. Like Arsenal
course you
signed, Chelsea signed Thiago Silva for 1 year.
Mm.
So next year you can buy. You didn't want to go.
Yeah,
to
after that, you can win something and go now.
So for me, I feel Messi will stay back in Barcelona. He won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He'll renew his contract. Board will step down. I think Xavi might come back. Okay, something like that will happen. He won't leave because he has done this a lot. Like retirement coming back. They'll buy few players, or at least like that's what I feel because it's very difficult to see Messi somewhere else. Bittu, what do you think? Who do you think where will he go realistically, and what do you think? Like, yeah.
See, firstly, Champions League one for me, Juventus are favorites. If not them, again Bayern or PSG. Okay, and coming to the Messi situation, I actually can't imagine him in any other jersey except for Barca. That is one. Secondly, if he is really that adamant, if this time he is really not fucking around and he's really wanting to leave, then the only destination, there is no destination for him. The only destination is probably Man City. That is the only reason, that too because of Guardiola, nothing else. That he had previous chemistry with him. Okay, people might think that Man City are buying him. It will be more like Messi is choosing his last resort. That is Man City. Or one more possibility is Messi might, if he's really lost his cool of keeping on taking this shit from Barca's board, he might actually go back to his old club, Newell's Old Boys.
And Arsenal can take Suarez on loan, I think.
No, we don't.
Now finally, 40 million plus £1.
So before we wrap
Guys,
up,
what if Real Madrid sweep in the Messi move?
No, I don't think so. He would do that. Like,
many have done that in the past, so.
No, but because when they have done it in the past, either it was finances or maybe winning, the other team was more successful. Messi has won 33 trophies, more than what Arsenal have won in their career, I think. You can correct me wrong if I'm wrong, John. But I think so. It's very difficult, no? Like he has won 10 league titles. Yeah, 10 league titles at a club you can't shift. Like Luis Figo, when they were going there was a shift in power. Like Barcelona going down, Madrid were high. But if Messi stays here at Barcelona without leaving anywhere, he'll still win the league. In the next 4 years, he'll win 2 leagues for sure. That is sure. That is not a problem. But going there would be like whatever he has created till now, it will be gone. And who lets it happen, he is dead. The board member, he can leave Barcelona and go out. Whoever lets Messi leave. So okay, I'll ask you 2-1 last final and we'll leave. Who do you think will be the first manager out of the top 6 to be sacked? And who will be the highest goal scorer next year? John, nice you didn't hear what I said. It was very...
I was just gonna come on to that saying, I was gonna ask if next season is Guardiola's last season.
Okay, I'll start with John. Whom do you think will win the highest goal scorer, and whom do you think will be the first manager to get sacked in top 6?
First manager to get sacked will be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Top scorer, there's only one man who can score the most goals next season.
Who?
And everyone knows who.
Who?
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Why?
Come on, man. He's the world-class striker. Why not?
No, but then he didn't win it this year, right?
Well, I think he was just shy of a few goals.
And who won it last 2 years?
He and Vardy, I think, were two or three goals apart.
Who won it last 2 years?
Well, there was last year was Vardy. Before that was a tie between Mane, Salah, and Aubameyang.
And before that?
Before that, I don't think he played the full season.
Whatever, Salah is still in the league. And he has chances. Okay, we'll move from John. He keeps giving shit like this. Okay. So, Aaron, what do you think? Who will be the first manager to get sacked, and who will be the highest goal scorer?
This Arteta or Solskjaer, first managers to get sacked, and top scorer would be Harry Kane or again the Chelsea fan in me, Timo Werner.
Dude, but honestly, I think this is Harry Kane's last season at Tottenham.
Wait, he'll move to Arsenal? There's time.
No chance.
No
chance.
He has to come to Chelsea for that.
United.
So as who all have okay, I'll leave that for later. And Bittu, whom do you think will be the like the two candidates.
Highest Aubameyang or Salah. Okay, slightly behind maybe Timo Werner. Maybe, I'm not sure.
And who will be the first manager to get sacked?
Definitely Ole. Definitely.
Ole for sure.
See, for
Without
me,
a shadow of a doubt.
I think like Aubameyang will be the highest goal scorer. Okay, and just not because other candidates are not good. It's just that he will
Lala
take
is
everything
pandering
for
to
Arsenal. He is everything for Arsenal. It's like that one-man team, and other teams will distribute the goals.
True.
Like maybe Chelsea, someone else will take penalty. Warner will score only this. Whatever they'll distribute. In Arsenal, Aubameyang is Arsenal. Basically, they have to do that to keep him. No, and I think the first manager to get sacked, difficult, very difficult.
Not
I
Frank
think Arteta
Lampard.
won't get sacked. Arteta will never get sacked. This next season, they'll not get sacked.
Arteta won't get sacked.
For sure, he'll not get sacked. Even if they come out 10th, which they have already experienced this year, that will not be a problem. And
Come 10th and win FA Cup. Yeah.
sorry, yeah, whatever that was. And I think maybe Ole, yeah, because he's the favorites and okay, like I think that Ole and thing. So on that note, I think we'll discuss one last topic. Which all Chelsea player will move to Arsenal next year?
Thiago Silva.
I have a list. Wait, I'll take out Chelsea players list. John, whom do you
Not
think?
Kepa, please. Not
Kepa.
Kepa, okay. Not Kepa, no.
Why?
Who will want to buy Kepa now?
If
He won't listen to his own manager.
Lampard gets sacked, he might go to Arsenal.
Who, Lampard or Kepa?
If Lampard gets sacked, he might go to Arsenal.
Who will go to Arsenal? Kepa or Lampard?
Both. If they're leaving, they'll go to
Both.
Arsenal.
Maybe Lampard will be assistant coach.
I think Willie Caballero will go. Ross Barkley, Marcus Alonso, Aspilicueta,
Emerson.
Baba
Emerson.
Rahman,
Baba Rahman is still a Chelsea player.
yeah, Marco Van Ginkel, Lewis Becker,
Bakayoko?
Kennedy, Batshuayi. So I'll not make fun of John Moore. I think we'll end it here. Thank you for coming, everyone, and I hope to do it again soon. John, don't vanish like that, okay? You keep vanishing. So yeah. So by any last
Don't
words,
worry,
you want
guys.
anyone wants to say anything?
Yeah, guys, be surprised. Okay, Arsenal might do wonders this season. FA Cup winners, Community Shield winners. Never know.
John, how many Champions Leagues?
Soon, bro. 2023, I told no.
But
Bro,
this
for
is
so many
some.
years we are waiting. Next 2 years, what magic is going to happen?
Uh-huh.
Don't
I
worry,
need
bro.
to
We're
see-
still the best team in London.
I just want to say that Chelsea is going to perform really well next season. But I don't want to hype it up like Man U fans. But they're going to do well.
Definitely, I think
Let's hope so, Ayan.
I'll just leave in one thing. I think Warner will be like, he's a very good player, but I think he'll be like Morata. He'll hit the height and maybe dip in the second half of the season because of the intensity. So on that
The
note, I
number
think,
9 curse.
huh? Yeah.
Number 9 curse.
Yeah. Like Arsenal have. Okay, on that note, I think we'll end it. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming. Bye.